Drexel Burnham back in the 1980s. If you remember, Drexel Burnham was the Goldman Sachs of its day before the stock market crash of '87 with Mike Milken and that crowd. Rudy Giuliani rode into town and busted up Drexel, and it launched a huge political career for Rudy Giuliani. Now,
but this is much bigger, and Goldman Sachs is running the looting globally. They're at the top, as you know, of almost every government. I mean, I don't see them allowing this to be brought down, or are they getting ready to implode it, and are they already moving their assets out into a new shell?
Well, remember, the busting of Drexel and Ivan Boesky and Dennis Levine and that whole period resulted in a 22% drop in the Dow Jones in one day on October 19th, 1987. To put that into context, you'd have to have roughly a 2,500 point drop on the Dow in one day. So it was big news at the time. And it was really a seismic, it was the biggest crash in history at the time. So although we've seen really some pain in the last couple of years.
Well, stay there. Got a break, Max Keiser, maxkeiser.com. I'm Alex Jones with Infowars.com. We'll be right back.
If you suffer from poor sleep, you've got to try MyPillow. Introducing the most revolutionary, most comfortable, and coolest pillow ever, MyPillow. Imagine your very own custom-fit pillow. MyPillow is the only pillow of its kind on the market that uses a patented fill, custom-made to your exact individual needs. MyPillow is 100% made in the USA and has a natural built-in cooling effect that keeps your cervical nerves cool, and that helps you get the best REM sleep possible. MyPillow helps alleviate snoring, migraine, sleep apnea, and other sleeping disorders. MyPillow is antimicrobial, non-allergenic, dust mite resistant, machine washable and dryable, comes in many sizes and will not go flat. And best of all, MyPillow comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what do you have to lose except poor sleep? Go to MyPillowShop.com, mention coupon code GCN and receive up to $40 off. That's MyPillowShop.com or call 952-442-6199. That's 952-442-6199. MyPillow, for the rest of your life.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Times are tough, and you got to stretch that dollar. A special invitation for listeners to save. Sign up at DoubleShoppers.com today and start paying the absolute guaranteed lowest internet retail prices for the coolest stuff. New premium brand name TVs, laptops, watches, camcorders, Blu-ray players, and more. All with factory warranties, just like you'd get from a retail chain, except for the absolute guaranteed lowest internet retail prices. They start low and go lower with our reverse auctions. You save even more with your first $8 auction purchase. Doobly will give you an instant $25 dining certificate good at thousands of nationwide restaurants, plus a $500 vacation discount voucher, usable at hundreds of resorts around the U.S. and world. Sign up today at DoubleShoppers.com. Pay the absolute guaranteed lowest internet retail prices, and listeners receive special rewards. It's worth a peek to keep money in your pocket and the coolest stuff in your home and garage. Sign up today at DoubleShoppers.com. That's DUBLI Shoppers.com. You'll be glad you did.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Max is with us 5 minutes into the next hour, and we got Luke Rudkowski popping in with a big coup with Stephen Colbert. But this is a big deal. I mean, is the SEC basically run by Goldman Sachs being forced to do this because of the political pressure? Is it just a slap on the wrist? Will the investigation be used to cover all this up? But absolutely what Max said is true. This will open up more investigations. Are they trying to beat states that have been filing civil charges against Goldman Sachs. That happened 2 weeks ago, 2 different states in the last 2 weeks. We're going to find out here. But if they get away with committing these crimes out in the open with their own documents proving this was premeditated with the housing market, the sky is the limit. Max Keiser.
Well, plus they're facing suits in Greece, Germany, and the UK. You remember in Greece in the year 2000, Goldman engineered a swap that allowed Greece to hide debt that made them eligible for the euro. Now Greece is in deep financial trouble. The IMF is imposing austerity measures. I've been on Greek radio many times and telling them that they should not even consider paying back the debt because it was fraudulently induced by Goldman back in 2000. So they have no obligation to pay the debt. Don't pay the debt. Germany is saying, wait a minute, what about our banks that had to be bailed out based on these faulty bonds?
How devastating was it that Iceland said no last month?
Iceland said no to the $5 billion IceSave bill that the UK and the Netherlands wanted to try to extract from them based on the behavior of some, banking crooks, and they voted 93% said no. So the Icelandic people have taken a stand, and the Icelandic people, and now I talked to journalists in Greece, and the people in Greece are going to join with the people of Iceland. So this is becoming a global insurrection against banker occupation.
Okay, you just said it. Let me stop you. A global insurrection against banker occupation. So they're trying to sew it up now with a global government run by them to shut us down. And I've seen a year-long buildup to staged terror attacks, and the Fed's now hyping nuke attacks in the U.S. and trying to tie it into Iran and domestic groups. The only card I see them being able to play to launch new wars, Max, and to have a domestic clampdown is staged terror. What's your take on that?
Well, my stage is that this problem is happening all over the world in these other countries, and what we're seeing is this global insurrection against banking occupation. And through the internet and other means, people are getting together to figure out how to push back against the occupying force, the neo-colonial, neo-imperial force of these banking oligarchs on Wall Street and around the world. They're coming up with strategies to do that. And it's going to happen in pockets of resistance in countries and communities all over the world. This is not just an American problem. It's not just a UK problem or a Greek problem. This is happening for everyone in countries all over the world.
Have they overreached? Have they overreached? Because they look scared now. They're acting scared.
I think the problem they have is that for 25 years, every time they made a mistake, they would get bailed out by a rise in bond prices. As long as interest rates were cheap, they could always repackage, resell, and extend the maturity of the bonds that they were using to perpetrate all of their insidious little insider games. But now that that market has reached the end of a 25-year bull market, there is no more opportunity to repackage these bonds anymore, and they're collapsing, and it's causing what the economist calls a disruption in the cohesion index. They have identified what they call the cohesion index. That is the index to determine at what stage are different countries about to insurrect. The United States is relatively high. The UK is relatively high. But we have on the cohesion index, you've got countries like Iceland is already revolting, and other countries are already revolting. So The Economist magazine is already setting up an index around this revolt, this global insurrection, and they're already putting numbers attached to it. They're already, quantifying it.
Well, that's what the Ministry of British Defense, the British Defense Ministry said 3 years ago. They predicted this in and around 2010, 11, 12. We're going to be back for 5 minutes as we start the 4th hour with Max Keiser. My question to him is, how does he see all this unwinding?
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember,